Fellas, in this video, I'm going to get hyper specific and point out 2 tests that women give that most men fail. And failing these tests that most men don't even know exist is why women lose interest in a relationship or when you've been dating for a while, or even after just meeting you. So I'm going to use this scene of Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders to show you the tests, explain them, and then show you how to pass them. If you want to be successful with women, fellas, if you want to maintain attraction and keep it sky high over the long term, you have to know how to do this. Let me show you.
All this way in person. For my fucking signature.
You've lost your wife. And now your brother too. I thought it would make you different.
Okay. This is a test that most men will fail. I'm going to let the clip continue, then I'm going to explain this and break it down to you. We're going to get super in detail.
But it doesn't seem to change you. Nothing seems to change you.
That is the key line. Nothing seems to change you, right? Here's the 2 tests, fellas, right? And I'm not just going to give you the test, but I'm also going to explain this trait. I'm going to rewind the clip and let you hear what she said again because it's so important.
Seem to change you. But it doesn't seem to change you. Nothing seems to change you.
This is the key. Right, 2 things. Here's the first test, fellas. Test 1, right? Women will give you false information, right, to see if you will change to appease them. That's the first test, right? The second test, and I'm going to explain both of these, is they will test if they can get you to change, right? You, right? Your behavior, right? Your mind, right? Your opinion on something. They will test to see if they can change you, right? I'm going to break both of these down. Now, what you have to understand is, right? The first test, right? They will give you false information to see if you will change to appease them, right? What May just said here to Tommy, right? It implies that, oh, I wish you would change. I wish you would be more soft and care, right? She wants him to change, right? For something that she allegedly likes. Now, what you have to I'm going to get to this in a minute, but the way Tommy is here, the fact that he doesn't change actually increases her attraction. I'm going to explain this later. But the first test, let me give you an example of this, fellas, right? You might have said to a woman in the past, I don't open car doors, right? What she's going to do is, next time you're in the car with her, or at some point, she's going to test you, right? So what she's going to say is, oh, I like when men open my car doors, right? I like it. It makes me like the man more. It makes me, as in her, like you, as in the man, more. Okay? How would most men react? They'll think, oh, wait, she likes when I do this. That means she's going to like me more. Okay, I'm going to start opening her car door. Right? You cannot change. You cannot change. Right? If you've previously said, it's just not something I do. If you change, right, to appease her, in the moment, she may be like, oh, I love you so much, Force. Oh, my God. Da, 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 da. But you failed the test. Her attraction and her respect for you has decreased. Right? I love when my man does this. Yes, she might. But if you do, she won't love you anymore. I'll give you an example. Literally about 8 days ago, I had this conversation with this girl I'm dating 8 days ago. And she said to me, she was talking about a guy she used to date, right? Like a few years before me, right? Because I like to fish out and get information so I can teach you guys this stuff, right? Because I like to fish so I can give you guys fresh insights. She said to me, right, she was dating this older guy, right? And she was like, oh my God, I loved him. He was perfect. Da, 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 da. And I was like, okay, well, what happened? Why are you not with him today? And she said to me, she was like, he started to change to appease me, right? To please me, to make me happy. He started to change who he was to appease me. Right? That was the reason she gave for breaking up with him. Right? He started to change to appease me, right? Oh, I love when my man takes my pictures. This is another one I got, right? She said, this is the same girl. She was like, oh, I love when my man takes my pictures. I said, I don't do that. I'm happy to take pictures of both of us, but I will not be your photographer. And she just kept going, oh, Force, please take my picture. No, it's not something I do, right? Whereas that guy, he would have changed to appease her. Oh, it makes me so happy when my man takes my pictures though, Force. Why won't you do it? It's just not something I do, right? She knew this, right? And again, fellas, most women don't know this because this is primarily a subconscious process, right? That when a man changes to appease her, it signals subconsciously that he's starting to get attached. He's starting to get weak, right? He's not the strong, independent man that he used to be. That was what made her fall in love with him, right? You cannot change, right? Again, also, if I just go to the second part of this, or the second part of this point, which is false information, right? Women will give you false information, right? They'll tell you they like when you do things, right? They'll say, oh, I love when my man does this. I love when my man tells me that he loves me every day and he cuddles me and kisses me in public and he takes my photos, right? This is false information, right? She thinks she likes these things, but as soon as you do these things, she's going to lose interest, right? She thinks she wants these things, but as soon as you give them to her, her interest decreases. Let me give you an example. Again, this girl I was dating, she's like, oh, I want to spend every single day with you. I never, ever want to leave you. I never, ever want to have any space from you. I want to be around you 24/7. When you're working, I want to be with you, Force. I just want to be around you all the time. If I said yes, right, and agreed to this and actually spent 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with her, that's what she said she wanted. But if I did this, her attraction would decrease. She'd fall out of love with me. Women will tell you things. They'll say, oh, I love when a man does this. But when you actually give it to them, their attraction massively decreases, right? That's the key. Her attraction will massively decrease. Okay, so you have to understand that women, first of all, have no idea what they want, and that will cause them to give you false information. And sometimes, fellas, they're going to give you false information maliciously, meaning they know they don't like this, but they're just testing you to see if you'll bend. But sometimes they'll do it non-maliciously, being like, oh, I actually think I want to spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with him. I actually think I want to do that. Then when you give it to them, their attraction decreases. Right? You have to be willing to stand on business. If you said, I don't like when you do, I don't like doing this. If she asks you to do it, you have to stay firm. Otherwise, her attraction will decrease. Why? Because it makes you look weak. It makes it look like you're trying to appease her. Right? You have to stand firm. Now, the second point, right? They will test to see if they can get you to change. Right, if they can change your mind on something, if they can change your behavior, if they can change how you are, they want to see, will external conditions change this rock solid masculine man? Right, let me replay the clip and show you this again.
I thought it would make you different. But it doesn't seem to change you. Nothing seems to change you.
I thought it would make you different, but it doesn't seem to change you. Nothing seems to change you, right? And like I said earlier, the way she said this make it sounds like it's a bad thing, right? She thinks, most men listening would be like, oh shit, I've just lost interest. Oh, she doesn't like when I do this. Okay, let me change for her. Let me change. No. You have to stay firm. The key point on this, like literally what she said, right? It doesn't seem to change you. Women deep down subconsciously, they don't want you to change. This is a test. They want you to stay the same. The key thing is, fellas, they want you to be unaffected by external circumstances. Unaffected, unchanging. Why? Because deep down, subconsciously, biologically, all women want what I call a masculine rock. Now, fellas, if you ever hear anyone else on the internet say masculine rock, just know that they have copied me. Right? All women deep down want what I call a masculine rock. Okay. What does this mean? Right? A masculine rock, fellas. I explained this in my other videos, right? I have a really good video on this. Just type in Force Ops masculine safety. I have a really good video on this. It's fucking critical, right? Masculine rock. What is this? Your role as a man, fellas, is to provide that rock solid, unchanging, cool, calm, relaxed, unaffected by external circumstances presence. Right? Unchanging. Never show any emotion, never show any weakness, never show any uncertainty, never show any anxiety. Nothing. That is your job as a man. Never show any indecision. And what she's going to do, fellas, she's going to test this masculine rock. She's also going to use this masculine rock, right? Women are extremely selfish, right? In dating, in relationships, they're extremely selfish on their man, right? The man's role is to provide everything for his woman, is to provide emotional control, right? That's his job. So she's going to throw all this shit at you. Oh, my best friend and I have broken up. Oh my God, we're no longer friends anymore. Oh my God, I had this massive argument. Oh my God, this customer at work made me cry today. Oh my God, Force. Oh my God, this new credit card I got declined for. Oh my God, Force, what I'm going to do? Oh my God, our flight got cancelled. Oh my God, we're going to miss our flight. What are we going to do? Oh my God. They're going to throw all of this stuff at you. Your job is to have that impenetrable layer, right? Is to stay unaffected. Is to be like, babe, you're going to be fine. You're with me. Is to never show any weakness, never show any emotionality, never show any anxiety, pain, uncertainty, nothing. Basically, fellas, you're not allowed to show any human emotions. Why? Because your role is to be her masculine rock. She's supposed to throw the shit at you and you're supposed to be unchanging. Right? She throws her feminine chaos at you and your masculine rock is to absorb it and remain unfazed. Why? Because if you are fazed, that is a feminine trait. Right? Being fazed by external circumstances. It's a feminine trait. Right? That's not a masculine rock. Therefore, she no longer feels safe and calm in your presence. I will give you an example of a mistake I made very recently. Fellas, I am not immune to this. I make these mistakes too. Right? Recently, I told this story in a recent video. I was very sick, right? I had to go to hospital and the doctors thought I was going to fucking die. My brain capacity was about 1 to 5% of what it usually does, right? I had massive internal infection, right? I was sleep deprived. For 18 days, I hadn't slept more than like 4 hours. The night before, I had slept 0 hours. I hadn't slept in like 48 fucking hours. And I was in hospital. And on top of that, I had massive decisions to make in my business. I had massive decisions to make in my personal life, right? Life-changing decisions that I had to make for my personal life, right? Life-changing decisions. And I had all of these other issues. I was sick. I was in hospital. All of this stuff, right? Because of that, I was stressed. Right? I was stressed. I was indecisive. I was slightly on edge. She picked up on this. And you know what she said to me? She was like, Force, like, you used to make me feel so calm. I just don't know what's up with you. I just don't feel calm around you right now. I feel anxious because you feel stressed. I feel stressed because you feel stressed. And her attraction temporarily decreased. Even though she was in hospital with me, she knew what I was going through. She knew all the decisions I had to make. And her biology, her psychology still didn't give a fuck. She didn't give a shit. That is why I'm saying, fellas, if you want to maintain attraction, women are ruthless. They are programmed to seek the strongest male. And if you ever display any weakness, any uncertainty, right? Any anxiety, any stress, her attraction will decrease and she will pull back slightly. They are ruthless. So fellas, I hope this video has been hyper specific and tactical and shows you like how important passing these tests are. They will try and test to change you. They will try and test to change your mind. They will test and give you false information and see, will he change to try and appease me? Can I get him to change? And you're going to pass these tests by not changing, by staying rock solid, by staying cool, calm, relaxed, by staying unfazed. That is how you pass these tests. Fellas, if you want more advanced tactics, if you want me to one-to-one mentor you, to show you how to be perfectly attractive, how to perfectly behave, to maximize attraction, how to keep her interested in you long term. If you want me to teach you everything I know one-to-one about this psychology, about female nature, about female attraction, apply for my one-to-one mentorship. I promise it will be the best decision you ever make. And if you don't want to, no sweat, no problem. Fellas, I will see you in the next video.